Hello everyone, TM Gamer here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you some more Call of Duty Black Ops 2 gameplay. Now today's gameplay is a really sweet gameplay on the map Express using the SCAR, as you can see. And my class setup is the SCAR, using the quick draw handle and the foregrip, and my perks are hardline, toughness and dexterity, I think. And I'm using a small secondary, and I basically just go ham in this gameplay. I get my first VSAT on 6 kills, and I just go from there and end up getting three or four VSATs, I think. And we end up going on to win the game really easily. So this is a great game to watch in the background while I talk about it. And what I wanted to talk about today is something that I've touched on briefly in other commentaries. And in Black Ops 2, the weapons have really been redefined to make them a lot more rigid in what they can accomplish. And for example, SMGs in previous Call of Duties, they were pretty much the jack of all trades. You could use them over long range. You could 3-bullet kill a guy with a UMP in Modern Warfare 2 at any range. And you know, with the rate of fire that thing had, that was pretty ridiculous. And assault rifles were really good at close range. They're pretty small hip fire, and a lot of them had very high rate of fire, so you could just hip fire someone down with an assault rifle, and that meant that the weapons were a little bit of a mush. You could use practically any weapon all of the time, and it wouldn't make any difference if you turned the corner and ran into someone with an assault rifle or an SMG, because both of them would be pretty much equally good at gunning you down. So you just get the situation where the same 2 or 3 weapons that get used all of the time because they were just dominant in every situation. Obviously, like the ACR. The ACR was just laser tag accurate over long range, but it had high damage, high rate of fire, and really good hip fire, so at close range it wasn't a disadvantage. But in Black Ops 2 now, there is a clear difference between assault rifles and SMGs and what they can and can't accomplish. I mean, over long range with an SMG, you're screwed. And if you turn the corner and bump into someone with a shotgun or an MP7 with a basic assault rifle, unless they have absolutely shocking aim or you get lucky, you're also screwed. So it really forces you to think about how you're going to use these weapons and how you can tailor them to be more effective at what they do. And what I've done in this class is I've set the SCAR up with a quick draw handle and a foregrip, and this really helps negate one of its weaknesses and maximise its strength, because like I've been explaining, basic assault rifles now do not enable you to just run around a corner and hip fire a guy down. You can't do that anymore. But by using the quick draw handle, you can even out the gunfight somewhat, because the quick draw handle, as most of you guys know, enables you to get those iron sights up quickly, and that is a massive bonus, because if you turn the corner and run into a guy with an MP7 with a laser sight or a PDW, you're not going to win the hip fire battle. So what you need to do is quickly bring the sights up and take him down, and the quick draw handle enables you to do that. But at the same time, you know, I like the SCAR. I think it's really good over long range, but sometimes I lose people in the iron sights, and the iron sights are pretty good, but over very long ranges, and Express has some of these long lines of sight, especially by the train track. You know, if you're on one of the balconies over A or C dom, you see someone in the middle building or on the top of the train, that's quite a long range gunfight. And I like my assault rifles to be laser tag accurate at long range. You know, that's why I like the FAL and the SMR so much, because they are absolutely dominant at long range. And I always like to have a foregrip on most of my assault rifles, apart from stuff like the M27, which is just laser tag accurate anyway. You don't need to waste a foregrip on that. But in a map like Express, especially when I'm sticking to the outside of the map, the quick draw foregrip combo enables you to really turn that weapon into a jack of all trades, like assault rifles were in previous Call of Duties, because the quick draw handle, like you see there, I turned the corner and got caught out by the guy. The quick draw handle enabled me to pull my iron sights up quickly and gun him down. And because I've got that foregrip on, if he's slightly further away, I can take him out just as easily. So that's a really good combo. But I wanted just to talk about my score streak setup here, because in this gameplay I'm running a UAV, stealth chopper and a VSAT, and I've really begun to get into this score streak setup a lot more over the last, say, 20 or 30 levels. It's been something that I've used most of the time, and I'm really enjoying it. And the reason for this is the UAV is pretty much a standard score streak, especially now that it's had its point value buffed. It's actually become arguably more valuable, and I'll explain what I mean there. You know, in the first 2, 3, 4 weeks of Black Ops 2, the UAV was so easy to get, and Ghost was pretty much impossible to get, because Ghost you unlock in the very high level of the Prestige. Most people hadn't Prestiged yet, and so most people didn't have Ghost. And this resulted in an absolute spam of UAVs, so you'd see UAVs going out all of the time. And while I don't think that was overpowered, because if you just run a small you can take it down very easily, and you unlock a small from level 1, people are reluctant to do that. You know, people want to take more attachments, more perks, more grenades. You know, they don't want to run a small secondary. Very few people do that. So you get into the situation where there'd be UAVs flying up every 10 seconds, and because people were reluctant to run those s'mores, as soon as people prestige, they geared Ghost, and everyone used Ghost. And you go into lobbies, just normal 6v6 lobbies, and 4 or 5 people would be using Ghost, and it made your UAVs completely valueless because you'd throw them up and only one person's on the radar, so you've basically wasted a score streak. But what's happening now is, because the UAVs had its points buffed, people who, they don't really run s'mores anyway, but now, because less people are getting UAVs, they're not running Ghost, because UAVs aren't going up so much. So what's the point of sacrificing your perk 1, which could go on Hardline, or it could go on Flak Jacket, 2 very, very good perks, when most of the time you're not going to have a UAV up in the air. So, although it sounds a bit strange, by having its points value increased, the worth of the UAV's gone up. So now you can begin to use it more regularly, and there'll only be 1 or 2 people using Ghost in the lobby normally, so that's a great thing. So your UAV will be a lot more useful, and that'll get you a lot more UAV assists. And you can see in this gameplay, whenever I have one up, there's assists flying up all the time. And these little 10-point bonuses you get really help you push on and get to your next set of streaks, which is the Stealth Chopper and the VSAT. And these fall within 100 points of each other. So if you get one, the chances are you're going to get both. And combined, the Stealth Chopper and the VSAT is an absolutely phenomenal combination, because you've got the Stealth Chopper up in the air, which if people run out and try and move around the map, that thing will come in and take them out. And because people, like I've been saying, are very, very reluctant to run s'mores or to run any form of launcher, it doesn't get shut down that often. So you can see in this gameplay here, I get 2 or 3 Stealth Choppers and they go pretty much ham. They get kill after kill after kill, no one shoots them down. And what this forces people to do is it forces people to either be more passive and stay under cover and wait for it to go away, or go to the inside of the map. And this is where the VSAT comes into its own. So you've got the situation where people are reluctant to run around because they've got a Stealth Chopper up, so that's shooting them down, and after 2 or 3 deaths people realise that, hang on, I'm being shot, I'm not going to keep running out there. So what they do is they play more passively, they camp, they go inside, and this is where the VSAT comes in, because then your teammate can see exactly where they are, and that will flush them out. So you've got the VSAT that flushes them out of their camp spot, you've got the Stealth Chopper that flushes and kills them if they do run out of their camp spot, and both of them combined stack you so many points. And you can see in this gameplay, I am basically churning through my score streaks with minimal effort, and you know, I got my first VSAT on 6 kills because I got the home flag cap, I killed a guy on B, I got the B flag cap, and that's already like 750, 800 points right there, no problem at all. And the great thing about Black Ops 2 is it really does reward you for playing objectives, and if you get a lot of defends and you get a lot of caps, you get your score streaks very, very quickly. And when you combine all of this together, you can turn yourself into an absolute objective beast. You can stomp guys down, and when you put the Scar into that, which like I explained earlier, with the foregrip and the quick draw handle, becomes a much better jack of all trades than it is normally. I mean, it's still a fantastic weapon, but this really takes it onto the next level for me. You turn yourself into a beast, and when you're this beastly with that good a score streak setup, you can have games like this where, with basically no effort whatsoever, I've gone in, topped the leaderboard, and we have whacked this other team in domination. They have been royally and utterly whacked. So if you guys haven't tried this setup before, I strongly recommend it. It's a fantastic weapon, and in a bit of a hybrid map like Express, which has a lot of long sight lines, and if you go inside it's a bit more close ranged, using an assault rifle in this way is a great option. But like I've been saying, combining that with the score streaks that I'm using here, you can turn yourself into an absolute beast. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Really interesting gameplay commentary and a good game over the top, which I hope you guys have enjoyed. But once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay. As always, have a great day.